I'm excited because he'd taken St. Louis to playoffs pretty far, I think.
Yeah, but they had a really good defense too, which made goalies look good.
Yeah.
Some other names, like there's a lot of names in here from the 20s and 30s, but Brizgalov is number 12. That's surprising. And then number 3 is all the other goalies are 20s and 30s. So there's only one other guy, and this is from the year 2000s. He played for the Phoenix Coyotes.
Mike Smith?
No, Brian Boucher.
Brian Boucher.
332 minutes.
Not bad, Mr. Boucher. 322. Was that over 3 games?
No, that's 5.5 games.
5.5 games with a goal.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So maybe Bishop can nickel and dime his way past that.
Looks like that's what he's gearing up for.
Do 5 minutes a game and swap out.
All right. Needless to say, we got some interesting weeks ahead of us. But for now, shall we cut to our next segment?
You want to do some fake quotes today?
Fake quotes.
Not always whether you win or lose. It's whether you're winning or losing.
I don't know how you want me to answer that.
It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
Next question.
Don't quote me on that.
Okay, so this is our fake quote segment. And how it works is we play a quote, and it's usually a non-hockey related quote. It's just something random we find on the internet or somewhere in the universe.
Pop culture.
Yes.
Seinfeld, perhaps.
Most likely. But then we decide who we think would be saying that quote in the NHL. So we assign a fake quote.
That's right. Who would have said it? But we're saying they said it, and that is fake. So we're fakely quoting them.
Couldn't be more clear than that. Well, let's do one as an example.
All right.
Okay, so this is the first fake quote.
Because if I can't get one, you're not getting one.
Need to hear it again?
Please.
Because if I can't get one, you're not getting one.
So, of course, the real quote is Jerry Seinfeld. But the fake quote, Dan, who said that fake quoting?
And I'll tell you who said that. It was none other than Colin Delia, goaltender for Chicago, while pushing the net off, while the Leafs were pummeling him at the end of the game, Toronto against Chicago. Chicago walks away 5-4, preventing Toronto from tying up.
Okay, good answer. I fake quoted that one to the Ottawa Senators management speaking to Colorado, who has their first round pick, saying, if I can't get number 1, you can't get number 1. And Ottawa desperately trying to win as many games as they can so they don't give up the first overall.
It's really the only incentive they have to play hard.
Yeah, it's purely PR. They don't want to give up the very, very first pick.
Oh, that's good. It took a while to come up with a good one, but
yeah,
it's good.
Okay, this next one's a long one.
All right. But hear me and hear me well. The day will come. Oh, yes. Mark my words. Your day of reckoning is coming when an evil wind will blow through your little play world and wipe that smug smile off your face. And I'll be there in all my glory, watching as it all comes crumbling down.
It all comes crumbling down.
I can go first on this one, and I'm actually going to fake quote myself talking to Eric Francis. And one day that smug smile will get wiped off his face. He'll stop making ridiculous predictions like, I saw Mike Smith walking out, he's fine, or Johnny Gaudreau is no longer in the Hart consideration, and then Johnny gets 6 points.
The city of Calgary is no longer behind Mike Smith.
Exactly. And that smug smile will get wiped right off his face, and his whole world will come crumbling down.
And that smile is smug. That is too good. I shouldn't even read mine, but I will anyways, because that was me. but I was directing it to San Jose because that pretty much describes how I feel about them right now. They're playing strong, and they're most likely going to finish top of the West, which would put Calgary and Vegas second and third, which would put them against each other first round, which is not good. So San Jose, your day of reckoning's coming. Calgary is going to reclaim first and keep it, and I will be there in all my glory.
Very good. Let's hear the next one.
Oh yeah? Well, screw you guys. I'm going home.
That was easy. That's Ben Bishop faking UBI and keeping his shutout streak alive.
Fake quoting a fake injury.
Yeah. Good point.
Okay, I had mine as Ken Hitchcock as soon as the season ends in Edmonton. He is going to say to the Edmonton management,
Oh yeah? Well, screw you guys. I'm going home.
Once again, Nate, that was a fake quote.
okay, here's number 4.
Oh man, not again.
Oh, man? Not again?
Oh man, not again.
You want to take this one first?
Yeah, I had it with Malcolm Subban getting lit up by the Flames again. Because last time he played us, we put up 6. So
Yeah.
he looked up at the scoreboard and said,
Oh man, not again.
I already had a different goalie on my mind for that, but it was none other than Freddie Anderson, who's been outstanding for Toronto, except for the last 2 games, his last 2 starts. I think he got pulled both times, suffered like 9 goals. I think it was on 30-some-odd shots or something. It was not good. Oh, man, not again.
Oh man, not again.
okay, here's the next one.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Yes. I didn't have a great one for this. I just thought of who might be the most confident person now, and that came to Kucherov.
So you think he maybe will get a little overconfident rolling into the playoffs?
See, and this is where it's even worse, because I don't think that. I think he's going to stay hot. In case he doesn't, he might live up to my fake quote.
It could be, on a macro scale, Tampa has had no adversity, and as a team, they could get overconfident. But I assign this quote to the hockey gods, talking to any team that goes on a win streak. Because you look at the Flames, they won 7, lost 4. Boston was on an amazing tear, and now they've lost 3 in a row. So the hockey gods say to them,
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
But you know who this doesn't apply to? Tampa Bay.
from the guy who said Kucherov as his pick.
I'm saying it's really the only one that it can, well, it could happen, but it hasn't yet.
But you're right, it could. It could. Let's hear the next one.
I'm back, bitches!
I'm pulling open his shirt while saying it. I'm back.
I'm back, bitches!
This could be any number of Flames forwards.
Yeah, this is an easy one.
Who do you got?
I had Johnny Gaudreau. Comes out in the third period, puts up 6 points, grabs the microphone and says,
I'm back, bitches!
Yes, but this was all after Kachuk scored 3 points, grabbed the microphone, said it.
I'm back, bitches!
And then dropped the mic.
Yes. Okay, one more. Let's hear it.
Yeah, it's like somebody literally wrote down my worst nightmare and then charged me $32 to see it.
Again, I'm going Leafs. This has been very Leafs focused for me. One of the few stadiums that boos their own team, and they've had, I think, both home game losses they suffered.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure they're paying some of the highest prices to go watch a Flames game or a Leafs game. this is what they be getting. It brings a smile to my face, I won't lie.
And part of the nightmare the Leafs have is they lost, I think, Gardner and Dermott, two of their defensemen, who are out for a couple more weeks anyway. So
more weekies.
So definitely I could see it happening to the Leafs if they lose a couple more and maybe aren't looking so comfortable in their playoff spot. You might hear Mike Babcock say,
Yeah, it's like somebody literally wrote down my worst nightmare and then charged me $32 to see it.
But I decided to fake quote in the spirit of the Flames scoring 6 in the third. New Jersey Devils, when they, leave the third period after, because between the second and third, you're up 1. You're supposed to say, let's play defensive, play smart, try to keep the lead. Flames come out, score 3 goals in like 4 minutes, end up winning 9-4. And then, you hear, what was the goalie's name? I forget. I can't even remember a Devils player, but someone on the Devils saying,
Yeah, it's like somebody literally wrote down my worst nightmare and then charged me $32 to see it.
It was Schneider who was in that.
No, it was Schneider was on the bench.
Why Schneider was on
Mackenzie Black something.
Blackwell,
yeah. But anyways, yes, that was fake quotes. And as you said, we have 2 games coming up this weekend. We have one against the Rangers and one against the Jets. Any predictions on the next 2?
Rangers, gotta keep that trend going. Not the strongest opponents. I'm gonna say 4-1 victory.
And I'm going to say also a victory against the Rangers and then a 3-2 shootout loss to the Jets.
Okay. Gotta get at least 1 point out from the Jets.
Yeah, gotta get a point. Great balls. This is the award we give to someone who has demonstrated a premium pair during the last week. Who do you want to give your great balls to?
I think it will have to be Mangiapane for that first goal magic against Vegas. That was it, man. That really set the tempo for the Vegas game. Really got the team behind him, I think. And hats off to him, showing some big balls, going for the deke, even though it was against Zuban.
And I'll give my great balls to Matthew Tkachuk.
Oh.
Just, he has been playing better lately, but it really came out the last 2 games. Of course, the hat trick, but just the fact we're seeing him again being physical, being an agitator, and scoring. I'll give my Great Balls awards to him.
Future Flames captain?
Potentially, yeah. Okay, yeah, so that's the podcast.
If you like us, like it on Facebook.
Yeah, well, we have a website, fantheflames.ca, and we are on Facebook. You can search for Fan the Flames Podcast and like our page.
And we'll be back here again next week.
We'll see you all later.
Yeah!